Right, we stay in the Ukrainian capital, and for more analysis, let's speak to the Kiev Post senior defense correspondent, Stefan Korshak. Good to have you on the program. Stefan, how do you see the fighting in your country at this point?
The lines are stable. The Ukrainians have a slight advantage of initiative in a few locations, but the key development is continuing Russian attacks in primarily the Bakhmut sector and near that. And generally, the Russians are taking very heavy casualties and gaining very little ground. So grinding World War I type offensive, very heavy casualties.
And of course, we're 2 days away from Christmas. We've been speaking on this program about the Turkish president calling for a unilateral ceasefire. Also, Russia's patriarch, Kirill, calling for a temporary truce. How do you feel about that, and how realistic is it?
I think that there's close to no chance of that taking place. The Ukrainians, for months now, have been saying that the war can end any moment the Russians leave. But as long as the Russians are on Ukrainian territory, they are targets, and the Ukrainians will attack them by using whatever means that they have available. The Russians are dug in many locations. Those locations are very likely to be attacked. Rear area sites such as ammunition depots, troop concentrations are almost certainly going to be targeted by the Ukrainians, and there is no precedent for them to stop. The Russians attacked Ukraine again with missiles and kamikaze drones on the most important holiday of the year, New Year's Eve, and that affected millions of people because everybody was effectively in their home, or most of the civilians anyway, and they were preparing holiday meals, getting ready for a family celebration. And because of the drone and missile strikes, everybody had to have the lights turned off, no power, go to evacuation shelters on the most important holiday of the year. 3 days later, the Russians want a ceasefire. That's not going to fly with the Ukrainian people, in my opinion.
What do you make of the influence of the Wagner Group, Wagner mercenaries there in Ukraine?
They are not particularly respected overall. The general opinion of soldiers that I've talked to is that a small percentage of the Wagner Group are trained mercenaries. They're skilled soldiers, but many more of them are felons that have been released from Russian prisons, who have very poor military skills, who have practically no unit training, and who are sent forward to locate Ukrainian defensive positions effectively by drawing fire. They are the primary victim of the Ukrainian defenses. There is an overwhelming mass of videos and first-person accounts, and you can go to the front and see it yourself, of just eviscerating casualties of the Wagner Group as they are forced to go forward. That being said, it seems like they won't stop for at least the short term. So the Ukrainian opinion of the unit is that they are difficult to stop because they seem to keep coming forward.
Difficult to stop. Stefan Korshak, thank you so much. Great to have gotten your analysis today. Thank you for your time.